From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, September 25th. Let's get you right through Kruger's QuickCast here and take you into tonight. Temperatures are dropping down to the upper 50s for the valley, 40s and 50s for the mountains, low 50s for the coast, and some fog tonight and into tomorrow morning for the coast as well. Out the door tomorrow morning for your September 26th should be in the low 60s for the valley, plenty of sunshine. There's the fog for the coast. We're talking upper 40s to low 50s for most of the mountain locations. Now, looking at future casts, again, we've got that fog developing here tonight and tomorrow morning, even for some of those inland valleys, but clear skies to start off the day for the rest of us. It should dissipate for most of the coast here as we go into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And then Friday, maybe looks like clear skies to start off, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But there you can see temperatures creeping up just a little bit higher than they were today in the valley and even the mountains, but still looking at those low 60s for those daytime highs for the coast. Now, temperatures, as I mentioned, are still going to be cooler for your Thursday, but now we're back up to close to 100 degrees again on Friday, upper 90s to about 100 degrees through at least Tuesday. It's not until the middle to latter part of next week that we're starting to see trending much cooler. In fact, 80s for the valley possibly by next Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, low to mid 60s for the coast. Up and down with those temperatures for the inland areas, for Trinity County, Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and in the eastern mountains as well. So really no big surprises there. Let's take a look at your weather headlines and our deeper dive forecast. There you can see your temperatures are slowly creeping back up again with the triple digits returning possibly in the valley, for some of us in the valley by Friday. Now the temperatures are kind of going up and down as I mentioned with no major heat waves in the forecast, and it looks like it should remain fairly dry too. So the winds actually fairly calm for your Thursday afternoon. That's good to see. We go into Friday, the wind's picking up a little bit and looks like a little gusty out along the coast here for Friday afternoon as well. Humidity levels, they are dropping, but we're down to the single digits here for Thursday and Friday. So really, even though it's warming up, the winds aren't terribly strong, so we just have slightly elevated fire weather risk because of those dry conditions here. So there you can see that fog tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, a lot of that fog dissipates. Maybe some patchy fog in some areas here, even tomorrow afternoon around Eureka. Friday morning, we're starting off with clear skies for the coast. Eventually, maybe some more fog developing by Friday evening, Friday night, and possibly into Saturday morning as well. Drier than normal conditions are in the forecast for your long range. The cooler air that's over us or to the north of us today is moving on out. So what we've got our eyes on is high pressure to our west and to our east. The two of those are joining forces, and they're going to bring in that warmer air in by the end of the week. Another shot of cooler air riding to our north, but not as strong as the one that moved through today, so temperatures are just going to drop slightly. But you see how they're kind of joining forces here, and we're seeing a little bit more of a ridge coming in Monday, Tuesday. That is where we start to see those temperatures increase again for early next week. But the good news is this guy right here, cooler air coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, will scooch that heat off to the south and west of us, and that area of high pressure will start to break down as well. This will allow our temperatures to start to drop by the end of next week, but looks like in the longer range here, at least through a good portion of next week, warmer than normal. But take a look at the trend here. You can see temperatures back up close to 100. We're going to level out upper 90s for the most part through at least Tuesday of next week. We start that drop on Wednesday and a bigger dip back down into the 80s possibly by next Thursday and Friday. So fingers crossed that that trend holds, and it looks like it's been fairly consistent over the last few days. Looking at the wave heights, we aren't going to see much change here as we go into the next 24 hours, so pretty much status quo there. But temperatures tonight in the mid to upper 50s, really mostly in the valley, 40s for most of the higher elevations, and there are those low 50s with, of course, that fog tonight along the coast. So here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Yeah, not bad. Temperatures kind of hovering around the upper 80s to low 90s. Otherwise cooler in Mad River at about 79 and Ruth about 84 degrees. And again, when you look at that 7-day forecast for most areas, we're just seeing that up and down trend here for pretty much everyone. The coast kind of averaging out in the mid 60s, give or take, for the next 7 days. For tomorrow, though, Gas Key about 80. There's about getting closer to that 90-degree mark for some of the inland areas. So again, we're starting to see those temperatures creep back up again. Siskiyou County, looking at those temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Of course, the cooler spots are off to the north and east where we do have some of those higher elevations. And for Modoc County, temperatures mainly around 80, give or take. There you can see Tule Lake about 78, 79 for Aden, and Alturas about 82 degrees. And your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, mainly in the 80s here as well. Warmer spot in Quincy at 90, cooler out in Viola with a high of about 74 degrees. Let's take you to the valley to the south here. Temperatures kind of hovering around that 90-degree mark, especially around Chico, maybe just dodging to the south of that, dodging that 90-degree mark. Taking you up to the north, I do expect to see some low 90s, around 92 degrees for Redding, 91 Anderson, and Lakehead a high of about 86 degrees. So looking at your 7-day outlook for Redding, yeah, up and down and up and down. See that? Temperatures mainly after tomorrow, that is, upper 90s to about 100 degrees. 100 on Friday, possibly 100 again on Monday of next week. But we start to see those temperatures drop as we go into Wednesday, and even cooler than that by the end of next week. That's your evening update. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock.